I need to make an apology. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's Sandy from Two Fat Birds Creative, and today I need to make an apology to FunkyMolds.com. They sent me this nice big letter S here to test out and make something with it back in June, and I am running a bit late on doing that. So today, this is what we are going to do. It's a nice soft, you can see it's pink mold, much larger than I actually thought it was going to be, just because, they told me the size and my brain doesn't, work with size very well. It actually reminds me of like a silicone cake mold. But yeah, we're gonna try some beachy stuff here with this. And yeah, we'll be back in a second. I'm gonna get the Bond Craftor 121 epoxy for this, and we're gonna get that all mixed up and see what we get. All right, I've got my resin mixed up here. I use my Estolio little hand mixer. And when you use even the mixers, make sure you scrape down the sides to make sure that everything is mixed in, and make sure you get down at the bottom. Now you see I do have some bubbles in here. Because this is a silicone cup and it's quite large, it's not actually going to mix or not fit in my Resiner's first gen bubble remover. And I can still see that there are some streaks down in here as I'm stirring, which means it's still not completely mixed in. So I need to make sure that I get it all mixed in before we continue. And what I'm probably going to do now is split this up into a couple different cups that are smaller so I can run it through my debubbler. We'll be right back. Alright, so while you can hear the humming in the background of my debubbler, I've got a little bit of clear down in here, and I'm going to mix in the Maribu Rainbow alcohol ink into just this clear. There's a ball bearing in here. It definitely gets stuck. So you just got to kind of knock it out of the way. But you can see that nice glitteriness that it's put in here. And so yeah, that'll be good. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a layer down here on the bottom. I'm going to let that degas for a minute. And then I'm going to pour the layer in here. And I'll also give it a little squidge of alcohol before I lay it down. So I'll probably do that off camera and be back when my resin is debubbled. Alright, as this is still debubbling, I'm going to show you what colors I'm going to be using. So from Create and Bloom, we are using the Hummingbird. It is the Pearl Resin Pigment. From Create and Bloom, you're going to use Welsh Slate. It is an opaque resin pigment. Kind of a gray, purple, gray blue. And then from Laura's Art Corner, I'm going to use Blueberry Sparkle in Laura's Art Corner. Blueberry Sparkle, I'm actually going to mix that with a little bit of white. And we're almost done debubbling, so we'll be back. Alright, I'm a little impatient. There is a top layer of bubbles on here. I just put some alcohol in there. I'm going to start. Again, I'm impatient. I just want to test this out. And it's for me. So, you see I put that sparkle clear layer in there. I'm going to add a little bit more clear down into there. We'll stir up again. Yeah, bubbles, bubbles. This little top layer here. Someday I want to get a vacuum chamber so I can, really have success getting bubbles out in like 5 minutes. That will be ideal. Turning my hand off here. Alright, now I'm going to pour some into these different cups here. I'm not sure why my debubbler wasn't working. I know the first time I didn't have my little flap plugged in at the back. But I'm not sure why it wasn't really... I mean, it was working, but it had already been in there for like 12 minutes, and I think it's just probably old and dying. Just get the rest of that in here. So I want some in here. That's going to be the white. And a little bit more in there. A little bit more in there. And we'll just keep the rest of this on the side. All right, let's get our colors mixed in. We'll start with the Hummingbird. Now these are very pigmented. You do not need a lot in here. Why did I have that stuff in there? You don't need a lot. Heavily pigmented. And so I'm just going to use probably that much. Stick that in there. And we'll get the Welsh Slate out here. A little mix up. And about that much for that. And then let's get our little white. A little shake up. And that's going to be down in this little container right here. And some of this blueberry sparkle. Grab a spoon. And that's all we're going to add in there. I have another mixing stick. Get this mixed up. I mean, the blueberry sparkle you really can do just on its own, and it's beautiful. I just didn't want the standard white and thought I'd try mixing it in here. All right, now we'll get the Hummingbird all mixed up over here. Don't waste any of that. See, it's already dyed the hot sticker stick. Might need a little bit more of that in there. All right, and now we are going to do the Welsh Slate. Oh, I already put some in the stove. My goodness me. Here we go. Are we ready? Put my stick to the side. And here we go. Try and go around the edge of the F. Okay. And now we'll do, well, what shall we do? Let's do the white sparkle. And now we will do the slate. And we will just repeat. And we'll do one last layer of the Hummingbird. Right in the center here. There's not much left of this one. Alright, and then we're going to go back with this clear with the sparkle. And then we're going to do a little push here at the end. and we'll see what that does. I'm not filling it all the way, obviously. It takes well more than 12 ounces, because 12 ounces is what it ate up. And I definitely don't have enough left to fill it. But we're just going to leave it like this, and we're just going to see what happens. In the meantime, I'm going to grab another mold here and just finish off whatever I have left right here. And then we'll be back for demold. Hey, 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 it is demold time. Let's go ahead and do our kitties. This is what I made with the extra resin that I had from the S here. Actually, let's go ahead and try to give it a little cleanup. Sorry for the noise there. Just want it off the mold, not the actual pulling the cats off. Okay, let's stop that. All right, let's just get the cats out. And so we have that one. That is just that Welsh Slate from the Create and Bloom Opaque. Give me one sec, see if I can get another light on. All right. Can we see it any better here? It's really cute. Kind of gray purpley color. Really nice. And then this one was the blend of the white with the blueberry sparkle from Laura's Art Corner. Now, when I mix that white with the blueberry sparkle, I am doing a disservice to that blueberry sparkle. However, I wanted something more than just white. And for me, it's kind of like a blueberries and cream kind of look. And so there we go. This was the white with the blueberry super sparkle plus clear, a little clear at the end and a little bit of hummingbird in there. But you can see that blueberry sparkle in there. There you go. Look at that. Oh, I think he's cute. Okay. And our last little kitty here. Ooh, he's still a little soft in his tail. That's also why I do have gloves on. This guy was sitting off of the heat mat. The rest of them were on the heat mat. He was kind of hanging off, so he didn't get weird, as well as the other ones. Ah, he's fun. So this was a combination of all of them, the slate, the hummingbird, the white with the blueberry sparkle. Now, what do you use these little guys for? Well, that's a good question. You can use them to hold many things. You know, you can use them to hold your resin tools. You can use them to hold paint brushes. You can use them to hold pens. You can use them to hold a stick, chopsticks. You can just use them for decorative little decorative pieces all in a little row. Anywho, let's get to this main piece here. All right. Let's get this all, try to loosen up around here. So I do notice the, stress, which I've seen in other molds as well. It did, kind of those edges turn white. My only concern with that is how long is that gonna last until it kind of may break through. I don't know. This is only the first time I've used this mold. So we'll we'll wait and see on that one, you know? These are all just my little drops that I got while pouring this guy. And so here we are. Again, we did not pour this all the way full, so there is a lip here. All right, are we ready to see it? Oh, she's pretty. I'm gonna turn her sideways and bring her up. Look at that. Oh, she turned out pretty. I love that. Cloud-like, sea-like. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Let me know what you guys think. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Do you like it? What other colors would you like to see in this? What other things would you like to see me do with this? Even the back is nice. I mean, you can't really have a backwards S, but it's still cool. Yeah, I really am loving how this turned out. It does take a lot of resin. This is 10 ounces worth. That mold is probably gonna take at least 14 is my guess. But yeah, let me know if you liked it. Thank you everyone who watches my videos. Thank you to everybody who subscribes to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, maybe think about it. It is free for you. Does my channel a load of good. And if you are so inclined, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee and an Amazon wish list in my description. Anything donated through those methods goes right back into the channel and helps me purchase supplies for making all my videos. With that, I want to say thank you again. I'm really loving how this turned out. Please stay tuned for the beauty shots. I'm going to take this out in the sunlight tomorrow, and you know, just a second for you, but we'll get out in the sun and see how she shines up. Let me see that sparkle in there from that blueberry sparkle. That's awesome. Yeah, so please stay tuned for the beauty shots coming up in just a moment. Bye.